Okay. So what we're seeing here is your typical homepage once you log in into the system. So what we have is we have a menu across the top. So it's broken down by section or module of the system. So we have finance, where you find your chart of accounts, any geo budgets, fixed assets, anything like that would be under your finance menu. And then corresponding sales would have all your sales, customer information, and so forth. There's also shortcuts that you could create to certain windows. So if there's certain windows you open often, then that's where you see down here, like the customers, vendors, items. You could simply bookmark a page and that would show up directly on the home page. Um, Now, there's also what we call the global search, where you could also search for specific windows if sometimes not everything's directly in the menu. So you could always search here. So if I want to just type in like sales invoices, it will go ahead and give me some shortcuts directly on the page, and then also give me different pages, reports, or even documentation that you could look up if you're looking for something specific. Now, also here you have, if you click on these three lines, you get a breakdown of pretty much all the menu options. So here's more of a list view where you could see all the different options under each of the menu headings, so that you could see what options you have under each one of those. Okay. So to continue here on the roles, you have different roles you could select. Depending on the role that you select, then your homepage experience will change. So you'll have different shortcuts. The menu options will vary depending on the role. So if you're more of an accountant, you'll see more of the financial area sections. As also if you're just simply a sales order processor, then things will be more tailored to the everyday tasks that you would typically do under that specific role. So people could switch between roles depending on which one they feel is more comfortable with them, or the menus are more towards what they're looking for. And those could be simply changed under your settings. Just click on the three dots here, select the role you want, and once you click OK, the system will reload based on that information. Now, going here to the home page, when you log in, you do have some insights. So it lets you know what your largest posted sales invoice is. I mean, if there's overdue invoices, information like that, that you could easily just log in and get more information of how your business is doing. Then on the right-hand side, you see your actions menu. So here's just additional shortcuts to easily start a new sales invoice, run a financial report, or anything like that. You could do that within here simply on the home page.
Okay.
Now, the next section is your activity section. So you get an overview of how your business is doing, current sales, overdue sales invoices. Any of these you could always drill down. So I could see a list of overdue sales invoices. I
Okay.
could see that information here, and you could always export this list to Excel as well. So anytime you see a page, you have open Excel, it would export this list directly to Excel as well. And you'll find this functionality throughout the system, where any list views you could always export to Excel for further analysis, or if you just want to send some information to somebody. Now, there's also an edit in Excel, which depending on the window, let's say like the customer list, you could export the customers and then maybe change payment terms or make a mass update of certain terms, certain information. You could export that list to Excel, make the changes, and then publish it back into the system. So you could update information directly from Excel. Now, here you can see that there's different colors here. Right under this amount, there's a red color. These you could control. So this is what we call queues, so that managers or whoever's using the system could say, okay, overdue sales invoices under a certain amount is favorable. After a certain amount, it's unfavorable. And it's just for you. So when you log into the system, it could easily stand out and you could take action on it. So if we have high uh, amount of overdue sales invoices, then we can make sure our accounts receivable department or collections department get on top of our customers to get receive payment. So these queues you could set up depending on how you prefer, so that when you log in, it's something that stands out and you could easily take action on it. The next section is our ongoing transactions. So anything that's currently unposted, that is currently entered but hasn't been posted, that information would show up within here. So right now we don't have any unposted transactions, but those you could easily just drill down, same thing as before, and then get a list of all the sales invoices or sales orders that haven't been posted as of yet. The last section is the insight section, which is the more reporting. Here we have with different charts that are available. So you could see your top 5 customers, and then you could always switch between different charts that are available out of the box here with they're reading your data. Then we also have a favorite account section. So if there's any geo accounts that you want to keep an eye out on and see their balance or directly on the homepage, you could simply add them here into your favorite account section, and those accounts will be listed here so you could easily review the balance of any of those accounts.
Okay.
The trial balance, once we start posting transactions as of the new periods, and then you'll be able to see a working trial balance, so revenue, costs, margins, things that information and so forth, directly here on the homepage as well. Self-service is not relevant in our case, but the next information here is the Power BI reports. Once we start posting more line item information, you'll see that it will give you more of some of the reports, like the top 5 items sold. And there's also different sets of reports that will be available once we start populating new data within the system. Okay.